Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalom, shalom throughout the four corners of the earth. I hope you can see and hear me clearly. Blessings to my brothers and sisters. All praises be to the Almighty. Blessings, blessing. Just coming off of Halloween. And I know our people know better. You know, this is the witching time of the year. Satanist high day.
Yep.
Watch your children. Oh yeah, this begins the witching end of the year. The pagan trimester.
Yep.
November, December, January, and after the ball drop, all pagans awaken from their illusions or their delusions. Shalom, brothers and sisters. I'm Elder Ricard Shaw, the Gathering of Christ Church, here with our weekly Patreon update. Okay. Now, of course, Patreon will be conducted through Elder Ramar Part 2, breaking down the deception within politics. Last week he covered the Democrats. This week he'll be covering the Republicans. Two sides of the same coin. Okay, and I hope you are enjoying the interaction with not just myself, but the other elders such as Ramar and others who've worked to make this church everything it has become. It has become. I see a few familiar faces here. Tracy, how are you? Chris, how are you? Shalom. Always faithful. Steve, how are you? How are you? Frida, how are you? Well, let's jump right in before I segue it over to Elder Ramar. And I would like to say thank you all for being loyal YouTube followers as well as church members out there, shalom, baptized members, and those who are soon to be baptized, as well as loyal Patreon members. Okay. Now let me jump right in. Before I go over our Hebrew and Bible Academy announcements. Shalom, my brother. Shalom, Rodrigo from South America, Asha. Shalom. All right, let me jump right in. The Most High stated in the Word, in the epistles, in the book of Thessalonians, since we would be living in a world who would reject God in Christ, well, if you don't want to follow the Most High and His law, He will allow strong delusions, so that those who would like to believe the lie would believe it. And folks, are people delusional during the election year? Boy, are people filled with the delusion. And guess what? I'm starting to believe, brothers and sisters, that, and I was talking about that the elections actually show the powers that shouldn't be. How great a work they have done on dividing the people. And I believe every 4 years, it's tested. Every 4 years, the divide that's created through media and a social programming is tested to see if people are going to actually come together and understand that the bickering against one another has been fabricated by the enemy. By the enemy. So every 4 years, you know, the master wizards and warlocks, they all come together and see just how much they are controlling the world. Think about this, folks. Strangers you don't know at all.
Yep. Strangers you don't know at all, and you trust them so much. Makes so much sense, right? You'll trust them over your own damn family. It's crazy sorcery, witchcraft programming, bro. Like just because of status. Like, you can't trust somebody because of just status, or they have what you want, or they got more money than you, or something like that. That's how you can be deceived and finessed and persuaded to do things that is not right. Like, you gotta do your own research. You can't just listen to somebody else because they got something else, something more than what you have, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how shit works. You know what I'm saying? Like, Christ himself was like poor and all this stuff, but he was still Christ. Like, all these people who went to all these colleges, it didn't matter. So don't get caught up in just being a program sheep, just listening to these people because, oh, they went to college, oh, they're on TV, or they have this, that, they got more money than me, or they have a huge audience or whatever. Like, that doesn't matter, bro. They could be lying and they know they can abuse their power. Power corrupts. So they do abuse that, and they do lie, and they do know you're just going to listen to them like sheep. They do know.
That you don't know from a can of lucite. Strangers can use the media to have family go against their own blood based on political affiliations. I need y'all to think about that. A stranger can create an argument on CNN or Fox to put out talking points that would divide family. And you don't know these people from a can of lucite. Let me show y'all something. Let me show you all something before I go into my announcements. Look at this. Check this out. Yahoo News. According, I gotta blow this up so you all can see this. Yahoo News. Election results shown on Pennsylvania TV station were a system test. This news came out October 30th. What did it show? I'm going to go into those details in a moment. According to several viral social media posts, a television station in Pennsylvania accidentally posted the state's presidential vote results more than a week before the 2024 general election. They did it by mistake. A local Pennsylvania news station did a systems test for election results this weekend. You'll never guess what the results were. Well, on X Post says, attached is a screenshot of a broadcast by WNEP 16 on an ABC affiliate covering northeastern Pennsylvania that shows 2024 election results at the bottom of the screen. The results show Kamala Harris defeating Donald Trump in Pennsylvania with 52% of the vote. So what they're telling you folks, if you want to believe this, see, I believe they're getting in front of their spin, because they've already framed it in a way that's suspicious. Election results shown on Pennsylvania TV station were a system test. Well, if it was a system test, then how can you say within the explanation that it was accidental? Which one is it? If it was a system test, that's intentional. How is it an accident? See? I believe somebody got fired at this station, allegedly, because they put something up probably a week too early. Right? So let me blow this up for you, folks.
And by the way, Kamala Harris is a East Indian Babylonian with Antichrist beliefs. So, and she's like outright with it, because obviously Republicans, they're the same, but they hide it. They try to pretend like they're nice and all that, like good cop, bad cop type deal. Democrats they just don't hide. They're just playing Antichrist, because if you support Alphabet Group, I mean, that's obviously Antichrist. Like thou shalt not lay with mankind as I do womankind, like Adam and Eve, like it's obviously Antichrist. Then there's other things like Planned Parenthood and all that, pro-choice, that's all satanic, Moloch sacrifices, unaliving kids and stuff. So yeah, Bible says America is Babylon, daughter Babylon, and spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah and Egypt. So we all know what happened to all those places. They're all destroyed. So that's what happens when you're in a pagan. Sin equals death, and this society was built off sin, lies, murder, rape, colonized. Like George Washington, the new Mason, Satanist. I mean, nothing to expect. Nothing more to expect. So,
during a car race, this came up on the ticker. At the very bottom, it showed that this is 100% reporting, which means all of what? The ballots have been counted 100% in Pennsylvania, and at the end of it, you see this? Kamala Harris wins Pennsylvania 52% 1 week before the election. So is it a system test? Is it a system test or an accident? And if it's a system test, how does the system determine that Harris could win by 52%? Right? But I digress. Everyone knows that no one is voting for that woman. Okay? But whether you're for her or against her, it doesn't matter.
yep. Trump won the last election, and guess who won? Biden. So that's why voting doesn't really matter. You should just read the Bible, the whole Bible. Bible is truth, not religion. Religion is not part of the Bible. Christianity says Roman Catholics go against the Bible. They teach against the Bible. Read the Bible and compare it to the religion doctrine. It's completely different. It almost seems like they go against it. So Bible is truth, not religion. Like our religions are Babylonian. If you read Revelation 1:14-15 in the Bible literally says Christ is dark skin with white wool hair. So this whole Jesus thing is a whole lie. Thou shalt not lie, and they're lying already. Jesus didn't exist when Christ was alive. So yeah, it was a whole lie. Look up Caesar Borgia. That's that whole Jesus thing. Then plus it's an idol in the graven image too. So because Christ shouldn't be worshipped, and Christ is not God. Christ sits beside the right hand of the Most High. So he's obviously not the Most High. So yeah. Then another thing, the disciple was being called N-word. Daniel 7:9, Most High, woolly hair, white woolly hair. One of the disciples asked Christ, I want to see the Father, and he was like, you see me, you seen the Father. Christ is not God. Like, who was he praying to? Like 7 times when he got baptized. Obviously, somebody was in the heaven saying, "This is my son, I'm most pleased in," and all this. Christ said, "I came to do the will of my Father, not my own," and all that stuff. So, pretty obvious. Virgin birth's a lie. Christ's father was Joseph, and they had relations. So they lie about all that. The Bible is truth, not religion, because religion's a lie. A straight lie. All religions are a lie. All religions is a lie. Hold on. Christ's real name is Yeshaya. Is in the original translation. Then Most High's real name is Ahaya Shahai, I am that I am. That's in Exodus. Moses asked. So yeah, that's the real name. Anything else is Satan. So I told you all the truth. Bible's truth, the whole Bible, the Apocrypha, 14 books, New Testament, Old Testament, all truth, all part of the Bible. So look at Enoch, Jasher, and all that. You need to read that. Second Esdras, all that crap. You need to read that, or you will never understand the Bible fully. So, and obviously the 12 tribes of Israel, Israelites, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Jacob's 12 sons equals the 12 tribes. Those are obviously like dark-skinned people. It's not the Jewish people. Jewish people are Romans, they're Edomites. The true people are 9 in the land and are scattered. Then plus, when the true people, the real Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel, do go in the land, there will be no war. And plus, they're not going back until Christ returns anyways. So, obviously, it's the Jewish people who are just Romans, Edomites, Esau. So, those are white people. And they don't even believe in Christ. They're Kabbalists, witchcraft sorcerers. They believe in the Talmud, which is Babylonian, Nimrod, Ashtoreth, and all that stuff. So, all religions are Babylonian. So, yeah, do your research.
That's the point. The fact that they...
And again, today is the real Sabbath, not the pagan one. Friday, sundown, Saturday, sundown. Yes, the day starts when the sun goes down because light came second. So, the Bible says that. So, yeah.
They can use it as a divide and conquer strategy. Is all they need. Determined that Harris could win by 52%. Right? But I digress. Everyone knows that no one is voting for that woman. Okay. But whether you are for her or against her, it doesn't matter. That's the point. The fact that they can use it as a divide and conquer strategy
Yep.
is all they need. Because the Democrats and Republicans are together.
Yep, they are. Actually.
They're together, folks.
They are. They
In the
cut back
House,
out.
the Senate.
Yep.
I mean, think about it. Dick Cheney.
It's the top. You can't get to the top without doing some compromising. So obviously they're all in it together. The whole thing, government satanic. All governments are satanic. Satan owns all governments, all nations. Christ was fasting for 40 days, 40 nights. Satan came up to him and offered them all nations if he bows to him. So he's been controlling them. So that's why they say in religion, which is pagan, all religions, we all follow the same God, but just in our different ways because it's all Satan. It's just a hard truth. They all worship Satan, all religions. The Bible alone is truth, not religion.
Republican, hated by Democrats everywhere under the Bush administration, endorsed Kamala, the Democrat. And I'm going to show you how crazy this has become, folks. I don't understand what's going on with some of our people, brothers and sisters. You had a sister who called off her engagement to be married because her husband isn't voting for Kamala. Let me tell you, if she was on fire, Kamala wouldn't spit on her to put the fire out. And she's willing to give up the future of her family name, and the future of her children and legacy that would come to a man who proposed to her.
That's the psychology and witchcraft of these politicians. That's Satan's divide and conquer. That's Satan's mantra, bro. Divide and conquer. Like, it's the illusion of two separate things just to have people separated. Like, because they're in, like, the funny part and the sad part is they're not even different. So the whole argument, separating, hating each other, is just for nothing. Because it's just literally the same. It's crazy.
For a woman, she doesn't know. That's how crazy this thing has become. That's how insane this thing has become. Look at it again. Look at it. Right? Let me show you here. Harris 52%, Trump 47%, shown on a ticker, showing that 100% of the results already came in 1 week before the election. And here it is, Yahoo and other news circulations are seeking to spin it as a test and or an accident. What does the Bible say? Well, the Bible states this. Let me go here real quick. To the Bible. The Bible states for our people. Isaiah 30:9 reads, brothers and sisters, that our people, that this is a rebellious people. Speaking of our people, the children of Israel, black people are rebellious, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. Our people are in rebellion. And every 4 years, I believe the election cycle highlights how great the delusion is on our people and how far we've gone against God in rebellion. Our people are in a fight they can't win against their God by rebelling. For example, you have pastors who are staunch Democrats supporting someone from East India who's seeking to pass legislation to abort more of their children. Where's the moral stance for the Christian church who would get behind LGBTQ as a serious constituency amongst the Democrats? You must be in rebellion to vote against your morality, the God you claim to serve, to vote against the Bible by voting Democrat.
Yep. Doesn't make any sense. They're both bad, but Republican is such a default pick.
What about the Republicans? I know that popped in some.
Like, a Republican is such a default pick if you're like you gotta be atheist, pretty much, or a Satanist if you're freaking Democrat. Let's be honest. Like, it's just that simple. There's no thinking. It's just true. So it doesn't really matter who you vote for. Well, it doesn't matter, I guess, but I mean, I guess it doesn't, because the same thing's gonna happen anyway. Like, prophecies aren't gonna stop if you vote for somebody else. So it doesn't really matter who you vote for, but if you're voting for Democrat, it just shows who you are. You're probably Antichrist, Satanist, atheist. So, you know, like, at least Republicans act like they're Christian and righteous and stuff, even though they're not. Like, Bible believers vote for Republican, but the actual politicians themselves that they're voting for are not. No, they're Bible believers, but they're definitely Satanists. So, yeah.
Some of your minds. Well, I can't go there because our people really don't vote Republican.
Because the crazy part is, a lot of these high millionaire, billionaire, trillionaires, president, like all of these people, high up people, bro, they read the Bible. They know who Israel is. They know who they are. They know what they're doing. They know they're breaking laws. They know it all, bro. They know it all, and they still do it. So, prophecies being done.
Do they? See? And that takes that argument off the table altogether. Why am I talking about a party our people don't even vote for? See? I'm focusing on the delusion. And then some might ask, well, if that's the case, what is the choice? God is the choice. Christ is the choice. Stop rebelling. Stop rebelling, because really you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice when it comes to this world. Satan is at the helm of both parties. The only choice we have is to choose good or evil. And they have told us many years, folks, that good isn't on the election ballot. They tell us over and over again that we, our people, are to choose what? The lesser of two evils. Good have never been on the ballot. They have never presented good. They've only presented evil. They tell you, well, I don't like either of them, but I'm going to pick the lesser of two evils. Who chooses evil? So the Bible highlights this. Wherefore saith the Holy One of Israel, Ahia is his name if you don't know it. Because you despise the word. You allow these people to delude you into what? Immorality and accepting death and sin through their policies. By agreeing with their policies, you are agreeing with the sin they're pushing.
Yep, sin equals death, and sin equals the transgression of the law.
And by doing that, God said, since you don't want to listen to him, you would rather despise God's word and trust in oppression. That means you would vote for the same party who's working behind the scenes to destroy the future of you and your children and to make life even harder for you for the next 4 years. You would rather vote, and guess what? You'd rather vote and have your family sacrificed and become homeless and lose your future in this world with them oppressing you, only to celebrate the fact that the guy you voted for won. See? Even if you lose, you got a woman who claimed that she's going to what? Call off her marriage because her husband isn't going to vote for Kamala.
Yep. Crazy psychological.
And if the brother know any better.
Crazy psychological witchcraft right there. Satan's divide and conquer. It's in full effect. It's working. It's gonna do all that, bro? I mean, it's so obvious. People who vote for Carmella, dude, like East Indian Babylonian with Antichrist beliefs, I mean, you might as well just say you're a Satanist. She supports, like, she's just Antichrist, supporting Alphabet Group and all that, because I can't really say it because probably get banned, but you know, world satanic, so you can't blatantly say the truth. You have to talk around it. So
he would look right at it and say, you know what? I'll tell you what. First of all, you're rich. You got a woman who claimed that she's going.
Yeah. Look at that, Isaiah 30:12.
To what? Call off her marriage because her husband isn't going to vote for Kamala. And if the brother know any better, he would look right at it and say, you know what? I'll tell you what. First of all, even though I don't ascribe to any side, I would have told her straight up, I'm going to do what I want to do. Number one. And number two, if you ever step to me in the spirit of seeking to control what I do, you can kick rocks. That's what he should have told her. If anything, you're going to follow my political views.
Presently older. Women
I'm not here to
man.
follow you.
So, man goes above the woman.
I'm not here to follow. I would have told her straight up. I would have told her, listen.
Heavenly order.
What you say? Okay. You can find somebody else. Listen, if you don't vote for her, marriage is off. No wedding. I'd have told her, listen.
Crazy works.
Okay.
Demonic works.
Give me my gifts back.
Sounds like a Pagan, man.
And you can go stepping somewhere.
Antichrist pagan talk right there.
Okay? This woman wouldn't spit on you if you was on fire. How can you get rid of the man you claim to love for a stranger? You must be deluded.
Oh.
I done told her, listen, put your skippies on and beat the street. More. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise the word and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swollen out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. So the Most High says, because you would trust in a system over him, he's going to allow the system to break you. He's going to allow the system
sounds
to
about
break
right.
you. One moment. He's going to allow the system to break you. Trust in it. Trust in Pharaoh.
Yep, go look at Pharaoh. He did Israel and Egypt.
Pharaoh
Go look
is
at
the
what Pharaoh
modern
was
day
doing.
president.
Yep. Pharaoh was trying to kill off Israel with the same BS. Meds and jabs and stuff. Same thing. Biological warfare, psychological, all that. Physical, all that.
Woe unto the rebellious children, our people, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Don't claim that you're down with God. To stand for a Hindu, a pagan Hindu, who's against the Christ you claim to believe in, who's against your...
Yep. Kamala Harris, East Indian Babylonian, Antichrist beliefs. She's not even hiding it. She's just like, she just tells you what she believes in.
Where the only issue or platform she's teaching from, or not teaching from, but running from, is to abort the future of your people.
AKA Unaliven and AKA Moloch sacrifice. It's the same star of Moloch, which is Satan, which is in Jewish right now. Those Jewish people, the 6-pointed star, pentagram, 666, and all that stuff. So, yeah, look that up, bro.
That's like the children of Israel in the Bible, our forefathers, voting to kill Moses at birth. That's like voting during the time of the Roman Empire for Herod the Edomite to kill Christ.
Which are Jewish people to
at birth.
Edomites.
You must be out of your mind. Who vote for immorality and sin that's pushed through that party and believe that God is on your side? You have lost your mind. And I'm here to break you out of your delusion. Because the voting does mean something. It shows where your heart is.
Yep.
Now, will it change anything? No. Either side is controlled by the same corporate structure. But it does mean something because it shows what's in your heart.
Yep. It sure does. You're voting for a freaking Antichrist.
Your
so
moral foundation
obviously
for some people who you know
You're obviously an atheist.
are
or something.
evil and are worshiping Satan. And guess what? You don't have to live with them to understand what they're about.
Yep.
If they tell you that they're for transgenderism
Yep.
and the changing of your little boys into girls and transitioning your girls to little boys
Yep.
and seeking to go into your schools and teach
Bible
your
teaches against
children
them.
this stuff while you're working.
Bible says that's more like sacrifice.
And then on top of that,
And murder.
pushing you, getting rid of your own babies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what these people are for.
Yep. And that's where the psychological thing comes in. Psychology, because that's like sorcery. It makes you think, like, people think aborting is not murdering when it is. The Bible says it is. Most High says it is. So, yeah. Don't let these doctors and scientists finesse you, bro. Like, they're lying, bro. Like, they don't tell you the truth. They never did. Scientists believe in, like, evolution and Big Bang, which is all lies. It's all Satanist lie, bro. So, yeah. Just don't believe in that stuff, bro. They'll try to convince you to unalive your own kid. And there's a judgment for that, too. So, parents, mothers who do that, well, they're gonna wish they never did that. They're gonna wish they never did that.
Guess what? Then our people will say, well, listen, if I don't vote for her, Trump is going to win. That's what you think in your mind. Well, think about it, folks. If you're for God, you step away and let what? You let the bird fly with one wing. That's what you do. The greatest vote is not to vote in this system at all.
Yep.
To
'Cause
choose
voting-
God, to choose Christ.
'Cause voting-
That's your greatest vote. Because by
Yep. Because voting only, it makes it seem that you rather believe in some man, like a man, one man, other than Christ and the Most High. It's that simple. Like, oh, I'm gonna believe this woman that literally the Bible says a woman shouldn't be in that position anyways. Like, just straight paganism. But yeah, like, believe in the Most High and Christ. Don't believe in some man that's a literal pagan, some woman that's a literal pagan. They're all pagans. You can't get that high up there with all that money and influence and power without compromising. Like, you just can't get that far up there, man. The world is of Satan, so if you're up there in the world, I mean, you're doing some satanic shit. It's that simple. It's that simple.
doing so with our people becoming the found.
They'll never let a actual righteous man with real truth all the way up there exposing, because it's like, if I got up there, I'm exposing truth. I don't care about nothing else. I'm exposing the truth, bro. I'm not gonna sit there and, bro, you see all these YouTubers, entertainers, they talk about nothing. They talk about a bunch of nothing that doesn't do anything, bro. 99% of the time. Like real righteous people, bro, they wouldn't talk about nothing but the truth, and they can't have that. Alright? They can't have it.
Foundation, the main constituency of the Democrat Party. If we didn't vote at all, folks, a bird cannot fly with one wing. So when you do vote, you show where your heart is. And it so happens that they have lumped us in with all the crazies. They have lumped us in with people who are overt Satanists, non-believers,
Yep.
freaks, crazy people.
Yep.
I'm like, listen, you're not lumping me in as a minority with these nut jobs. That ain't happening. That's right. My vote is for Christ also. Is he on the ballot? Vote Yeshua.
Yep.
And the Bible states here, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, Isaiah 30:1, that take counsel but not of me. Did you ask God, was it okay to support evil people who has Marxist views and have always destroyed our people? Everywhere this woman's family has gone, have destroyed and enslaved our people. Do y'all know it? Know that? Every place this woman's family has gone, have destroyed and targeted us. And they cover what they covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked of my mouth. And this is why the Most High is shutting these Christian churches down too, because they're being ran by deluded women and black gays. That's who's running the majority of the black churches today. To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Because why it's a shadow? See, when they sell you hope, it's something that you seek to what? To obtain. But guess what? Hope is never fulfilled. The same as a shadow. The shadow, you can see it. Hey, the light is on me now. There's a shadow in the background. It moves and everything with me, but is it real? Is it quantifiable? Is it something that I can actually obtain? No. And that's what hope is. The false hopes they're giving you through politics. What you get from year to year is why your politicians are in place. If they did what they claimed they were going to do, folks, they wouldn't need to sell hope. I need y'all to think about that for a second. Now, one thing that I can give the Republicans credit for. Now, listen to what I'm saying. They're both are evil. Democrats and Republicans. Evil. But one thing I can give the Republicans credit for. They do more for their side, for their people, the majority, than the Democrats have ever done for us. And that's what I give them credit for. Their schools are better. Their taxpayer, their money goes towards what they're paying their tax towards in their townships. They have a place where their children can play without the fear of getting shot. They have after-school programs, scholarships. That's one thing I can give the Republicans credit for. That they do more for their side than the Democrats have ever done for our people. And I'll give them that much credit. Now, in a nutshell, Egyptians take care of Egyptians. We're Israelites. So you can trust an Egyptian pharaoh if you want.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to realize how bad it is for our people who've trusted in Democrats. Folks,
Yep, it's real bad.
we don't make it within.
It's real bad. They do no research and they're just sheep. Like, it's crazy, bro. Just like the Bible said. So, it is what it is. But it's just sad, really. It's like, so crazy. I was talking to some guy and he was like, why vote? They're lying. He's like, yeah, you're right. It's like, well, make sure you vote. It's like, okay, whatever, bro. For sure. Vote for a bunch of fucking liars, for sure, man. 100%.
Our bar for success in this cesspool called Babylon, our barometer for success, if we could actually work towards moving our children where the Republicans live to go to school. I need y'all to think about that for a second. That's right, folks. Our bar for success, to show you how horrible these Democrat-run cities are. That our status or our bar for success is when we can work long and hard enough to not live amongst the constituency or the Democrats we've voted for 80 to 90% of the time. Our bar is to work hard enough to get out of where Democrats live. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make any sense, folks? That all the taxpaying money, what we did through civil rights, everything we've gone through, Jim Crow, and all this tax money going towards these Democrat-run cities, and it have benefited us one iota. And our bar for success is to leave the places we're paying taxes to go to where the enemy Republicans live. You see how others are looking at us as delusional?
No.
So we see what the Demonuts have done to our people. Become successful, like I'll tell you what, LeBron James, Beyonce, and all of them are coming out saying what? Support Kamala. But I tell you what, you go to where Beyonce lives or Jay-Z lives and tell me how many Democrats you can find in their neighborhoods where they live.
Yeah.
See? I need y'all to think about that. They'll come and tell you to vote for this cesspool of sin, this cesspool of sin. But then right after they get paid millions of dollars for endorsing the taskmasters, they'll go right back into their lofty neighborhoods where it's predominantly Republicans living.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James' children ain't gonna go to your schools. See? Beyonce children aren't going to your schools. I just wanted to put that out there real quick. Y'all better wake up. Now, speaking of waking up, for those who missed it real quick, yeah, on the ticker a few days ago, Tuesday actually, this mistakenly was placed on a ticker during a racing, a car racing viewing on CNN. Out of nowhere, during the car race, this popped up on the ticker where, after 100% of the vote have come in, that Harris won Pennsylvania 52% against Trump's 47%. It was shown on the ticker a week before the election, folks. To show you how much your vote really counts. And then Yahoo News started explaining. Yahoo News started explaining. Election results shown on a Pennsylvania TV station were a system test. See? So they tried to spin it. According to several viral social media posts, a television station in Pennsylvania accidentally posted the state's presidential vote results more than a week before the 2024 general election. I need y'all to think about this for a moment. Was it a system test or an accident? You see, they can't even get their explanation straight. Huh? I thought it was a system test. Well, how was it an accident then? Folks, I think somebody popped this thing up in the system and it showed 1 week too early on the system. I believe that's what happened, but I digress. But hey, believe what you want to believe. As far as I'm concerned, both sides are evil, and we don't vote for evil at all. Okay? Now, the fix is in. Absolutely. Now, let me show y'all this real quick. Oh, yeah, I want to say this. I want to say a humble thank you for Demond Wilson for coming on. And as you all can see, the video was taken down by YouTube. The video was taken down by YouTube, okay? I wanted to put that out there. And believe it or not, it wasn't, even though there was many explosive points made, in that particular discussion that I had with them Wednesday. Yes, folks, they took the video down. I'll tell you why in a moment. But before I tell you why, let me let you all know that in your comment section, you can find our Rumble page. Right there. You can find our Rumble page if you would like to see some of those videos like what just happened last Wednesday. Okay? And I want you to subscribe to Rumble. Soon we'll be simulcasting through Rumble. Type in AGathering144 on Rumble. We only have 251 subscribers right now. I would like you to go there. The link is in the chat right here. And please subscribe to the Rumble where we'll be simulcasting in the future. Okay? Who knows what they're going to do here, right? So when you go there, you'll see this page right here. AGathering144 on Rumble. See?
Yep, it's true, because my stream got banned My stream got banned, but it came back for some reason. I already know why. It's because I was talking about those alphabet people. They don't want you talking about all that obvious satanic stuff. That if you believe in any of that or support it, you're automatically an Antichrist Satanist because it's just true. Like, you have a literal demon in you, dude. Like everybody and their mom knows all those Antichrist beliefs, bro. Like, it's people know it's Adam and Eve, and people who believe in evolution and Big Bang are just atheists. They're just Satanists. Like, it's that simple. Because if you're atheist, you're a Satanist. Because the world is of Satan, is pagan. So if you don't believe in God, you believe in Satan. There is no in between. There is no fucking. I don't believe in nothing. Well, you believe in Satan, bro. Like, it's that simple. Because you're doing a bunch of Satan shit. Because the world is Satan's. So, holidays and all that. It's funny because a pagan or like an atheist or a Satanist would still celebrate all these holidays, even though supposedly a couple of them are supposed to be Bible-based, Christian-based, Christ-based, and they still celebrate it. It's like, okay, these holidays are definitely what they say they are, right? And they're not. They're all pagan, satanic, Babylonian. So
Now, some people might ask, well, why did YouTube take that particular interview down? Well, not for the reasons you might think, because A, I'll tell you, Demond Wilson spoke unfiltered, all right? It was more so near the end of that particular video where I asked him a question about that Time of Israel article that was linked to the COVID-19 vaccination. Where Christina Lynn wrote an article in August 5th, 2022. Christina Lynn, CHRISTINALIN, wrote an article, about the vaccination or whatever the case is. And they said because I read her blog that this channel was giving misinformation when I was only reading what she was saying concerning the vaccination from a mainstream circulation in Israel. This is news. Yep. I didn't make my own opinion.
Yep, it's targeted. They don't follow their own TOS. They don't follow their own rules, bro. I'm telling you, when you tell the truth, bro, they'll break the rules to get you out of here, bro. I'm telling you. People don't understand, bro. People don't understand. That's total fair use. It's not even TOS, and still the video's taken down. It's because we're telling the damn truth. That's why the video's taken down, bro. Take them down. Nobody sees the truth. All they see is lies. It's that simple. Because people don't do research, bro. If all they see is lies, that's what they're gonna believe in. It's that simple. Like,
my own quotes concerning it, I actually just read what was in the article, and they gave the page a warning. Man, I don't know what it is, but they don't want us talking about that. They don't want us talking about that, folks. They do not want us talking about that. Right? They don't want us to talk about that Times of Israel article. So I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it.
Yep, that whole thing was pre-planned population control. Then the same people who are going to get that, they're going to get the mark of the beast probably. It could be like a microchip that goes in your body. It's in the skins in Revelation, the Bible says it. You won't be able to buy or sell unless you get that mark. Whoever gets that mark, condemned to hell. and you're gonna die of cancer because that mark is gonna give you a disease. So, yeah. So obviously, the jab didn't help. It was really population control. Like, yeah. And it's funny how that Endgame movie came out like literally at the same time, or around the same time at least. So, not coincidence.
Okay.
And you really can't talk about that. Like, literally anything medical and alphabet group, it's like, bro, bro, your shit might be gone, bro. Because that's what they need, bro. They need that. They need the medical. They need people supporting alphabet group, because that's all satanic. Sorcery, witchcraft. It's all satanic, pagan, antichrist, anti-God, bro. If people don't know what's really be going down with these alphabet groups and these doctors, hospitals, meds, jabs, like what all this stuff, like, bro, that would ruin Satan's plan right there. So, because I've been guideline striked so many times, medical misinformation, COVID stuff, some like hate speech on like freaking alphabet group. It's insane. So, yeah.
Someone says, Leona, you executed the perfect interview. All praises be to the Most High. All praises be to the Most High. I'll allow the brother to speak. He went through many great experiences through the entertainment business. And there's no one out there better who can tell us what's really going on behind the scenes when it comes to the Illuminati and all of that. And he did a great job in explaining what's really going on in the world. Okay? Now, as far as the entertainment business goes, he did a great job with it. Now, another thing, when I allow someone to come on and as a guest with a wealth of information, does that mean I agree with everything they say and or everything they do? No. No, it doesn't mean that. See, but I'm not going to throw out the baby with the bathwater. He's an elder man with his experiences, and any place that I disagree with him, I wasn't going to stop him to correct him based on my views. That would be rude and disrespectful, bringing someone into our living room as a guest. I don't do that. Everything he said I don't agree with, but I invited him on through his expertise and experience to give his view. Doesn't mean I agree with everything he said, but guess what? There's more that we agree on than not.
I think I remember that guy.
The Bible says never to interrupt a man in his speech, and I wasn't going to stop him in areas I disagree with. All right? You all know where I stand, okay? In my belief, when it comes to the doctrine, and all of that. You know where I stand. But I was bringing him on so that he could give his view. And if it was about me, right, stopping him from giving his view, then why have him on as a guest? I might as well just go on by myself. See? I thought that he had, and he does. He have a wealth of wisdom, including life. With knowledge that he can actually gift us with. Being an aged man with much wisdom, and he also believed in Christ. He know we Hebrews. He know Christ's name is Yeshua. Okay? He knows. Now, another thing. Some people probably thought or felt a certain type of way when it came to the speaking in tongues or the tongues that he was doing. And afterwards I say, brother, you don't got to worry about that. It's the Spirit. Well, what a lot of brothers and sisters didn't know is the conversation we had before I began the broadcast. A lot of you didn't know that, there's a lot of things going on in his life. A lot of things. Right? And the reality is, he have more time behind him than in front of him. And I understood that when he broke out overwhelmed in emotion, it was in appreciation. It was in appreciation to the Most High for allowing him to share his gift and to finally be appreciated for what the Most High gave him decades ago when he thought no one would hear. That no matter where he walked, where he would go in a room or whatever the case is, he was more so Lamont on Sanford and Son and not the child of God who was called to help his people. And I understood that moment when he broke out and was speaking in an unknown tongue. Okay? I understood the basis of his emotion. He was appreciating the Most High for this moment. The overwhelmed response of all of us supporting his work, being there for him in a time where he wasn't feeling too well, only to feel 100% better in that moment. And that's why I said, don't worry about it, brother. It was the Spirit. I understand the root of his appreciation to the Most High. I understand that, and he expressed it in the only way he could. So of course I wasn't going to say, hold up, brother, hold up. We don't do that here. You got to do that to yourself, by yourself. No, I wasn't going to do that. You know why? I respect my elders. And none of us are going to agree on everything. But respect is due to everyone. Oh, yeah. Folks, I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to bring him back twice. We're going to bring him back for Patreon. We're going to bring him back for Rumble. And I'm going to bring him in for a small segment in the Academy as we break down the fall of the last empire. I'm going to keep bringing him on. Yeah, that brother felt overwhelming love, brothers and sisters. And guess what? I can't thank you all enough for your support of for his work. I can't thank you all enough for getting his book, showing your appreciation for a man who have age and wisdom and is seeking to bestow that on us while he still have time here. I thank you for your labor of love and all of your support. I'm going to tell you, your support also is through the Spirit, and guess what? It's genuine. It's genuine love and support that we have in this church and amongst those who are a part of this gathering. I personally thank you all. Thank you. Now, before I go, oh yeah, Yeah, I know, Yakira, you were looking for that. And through the cover at night, they usually do it around 3, 4 in the morning. I was just looking at the video, brothers and sisters, around 1 a.m. And before I woke up in the morning, it was gone. And guess what? It was doing crazy numbers. Folks, within 3 hours of the broadcast, it was already up to 11,900 views within 3 hours. And I believe that's one of the reasons that they said, you know what, let's just find a reason to take this down. That's what I believe, even though they say it's because of misinformation and all this other stuff. I mean, where are we at? Communist China right now? You got to think about this, folks. Even if they disagree, we should have the right to say it. That's freedom of speech, isn't it?
Yeah, is it?
But anyway, folks, we was up to almost 12,000 views within 3 hours. That means this thing was trending towards viral. He's like, well, we can't allow that to happen. Not these guys.
That's funny.
But it's okay. Are you ready to rumble? Let me put this out there before I let you all go to part 2 of our Patreon under Elder Ramar, breaking down the Republicans this particular Patreon discussion, during this Patreon discussion. Next Sunday, a new installment of the Hebrew and Bible Academy. Theme: the fall of the last empire. And look inside, they're saying, well, man, it's tight. Right now, things are just close. They're running neck and neck. Folks, the country is so divided right now under the delusion. They can use this election to have the whole thing pop. On the Republican side, they're saying, well, listen, hey, if they try to finesse one more election, then guess what? America will split in two. They're already chopping at the bit to divide the union. And then the Democrats are saying, well, listen, if they get voted in and we lose all of our power over the purse strings within the inner city, we would rather cause civil unrest than to turn it over to the other side. And folks, hey, the keg may blow. That will split America down the middle. And guess what? November the 10th, we're going to see where all this goes, whether or not there'll be civil unrest and all of that. And we're going to give real-time prophecy accordingly. Election outcomes, you want to be there November 10th. War in the Middle East, hurricanes, earthquakes, and even the fact that, folks, we haven't heard the last of that truck driver strike. Famines are on the horizon. And we're going to be going into that in the news with preparation news. What to do if the supermarkets close for rationing. What to do, folks? We're going to talk about it. What to do if they prepare for what they would call a climate lockdown. Folks, this is not my opinion. Everything I'm talking about right now, you can actually go to the World Economic Forum and see the next stages of where this goes. Okay? I'm going to tell you, look up Event 201. Look up Event 201 and see what happened only a few months after that exercise. Well, guess what? The next exercise is famine. Hey, you want to be there. Is World War III impending? How will this impact all of us? Be there the fall of the last empire, November the 10th. 3 full months of serious insight, information, concise news, Hebrew, and lessons like none other on earth in this academy. Live prepping symposium for this academy. We'll have what? We'll have doctors on. We'll have herbologists on. We'll have preppers on. We'll also have what? Those who can help us with physical health. Getting on the right side of getting our health together will be imperative in these times. The path to the mark. The return of the hidden gods. Daniel 7, the fall of America, the fall of the last empire. And we'll also be going into the path of the mark, showing you the satellite systems, transhumanism, all of that. And then we're going to thread the needle for you all. Is there a connection? Is there a connection between end time prophecy and the inoculations? Well, that and more you'll find out in our lesson, The Path to the Mark, which this is going to be the final path to the mark, the first time taught in our Hebrew and Bible Academy. How do you enroll? Well, we are accepting enrollments up until Friday, November 8th, next Friday. Again, it's quite inexpensive. It's only $150 to participate in these classes. And it's a 3-month course, which can be paid up front or in installments of $75 each. You can pay $75, get in the first month, $75 the second month, and that will cover you for the full 3-month span. You don't want to miss this Hebrew and Bible Academy. Last but not least, thank you, Elder Dell, historytimes.org. Last but not least, I have some good news. The next Passover we'll be doing in Florida. We will be doing the next Passover, the next Passover feast in the name of Christ, the Israelites and the Gentiles alike who are in Christ. Yes, we will be in Florida for the Passover. Okay? Not too far from. Okay, let me put the Damon Wilson link. Great idea, brother. Great idea. 1 second. That's a great idea. Let me put it up here for you. Right? Here's the link. Here's the link to the Damon Wilson. Here's the link, the direct link to the Damon Wilson interview. The second interview we did last Wednesday. Day before yesterday. All white with our fringes on. Live, we're going to be near Orlando, Florida. This coming Passover. This coming Passover. Now, let me say this. we are negotiating the rooms that's getting allotted for church members. And why am I putting that out there? I wouldn't suggest, brothers and sisters, going forward and booking rooms because it's expensive down there. Florida, that time of year, ahead of time. All right? If you are a church member, you'll be able to get the negotiated rate we're doing for bringing so much business to the area. Okay? So what I'm saying is, even though I'm putting out the proximity of where we'll be, we suggest you go to your local churches where we'll be making the announcements locally on the Passover, as far as the payments, getting your seat, the layout, so you can choose which seat you'll be in, and all of that. And also get the information on the hotels that are in agreement with the church for Passover. Therefore, you'll get the discounted rate as a church member. Okay? As a church member. I am so excited. The Thunderzar for years was saying, Elder, when you come into Florida? Well, we'll be near Orlando, Florida. Thousands upon thousands of us in the Spirit of Christ this coming Passover. Now, this is just a soft announcement right now. Right? It's a soft announcement. But keep your ear to the ground. I'll be making more announcements as we tie it all up on this end. And once everything is signed, once everything have been confirmed, you'll be hearing more announcements from me. It may be about my church. The 12 Lost Tribes, one of the original the theme for the calendar. The theme for the calendar, folks, is going to be the theme from one of the original lessons which began the gathering of Christ Church. The 12 Lost Tribes Found will be the theme of the new calendar, Hebrew calendar. That means each tribe will have a month with the scriptures broken down and the people that represents each tribe.
Judah.
The 12 Lost Tribes Found will be the theme for our next calendar. It's going to be off the chains. Every tribe will have a physical representation. So when people see the calendar, they'll relate to who the people are in the last days. We're gathering back the children of Israel. Here it is. And with each month, the scriptures breaking down how to identify each tribe. And then at the very end, it's Christ sending the disciples out to go find the lost tribes of Israel. Matthew 10, 5 and 6. But I would rather you go to the lost tribes of Israel and tell them the kingdom is at hand. That's going to be what? The end of the book. The end of the calendar. It's going to be super bad. And if I can, we need to put some fringes on that thing. With that, blessings, my brothers and sisters. Blessings and blessings and blessings. And again, if you want to support our weekly broadcast, you can support by going to gatheredofchrist.org/donate. And you'll see all the options to actually support financially the church. Also, if you want to support our weekly broadcast, like what's before you today and all that, you can join Patreon. It's only a low amount to support. Also, you can, for our Wednesday and Sabbath, if you want to give us personal offerings, well, you can do that if you have Cash App. That's $GOCC report. That's $GOCC report. All right. I'm Elder. See all the is calling back. With that, see you tomorrow on the Sabbath. May the Most High be with you. Stay prayed up, sin not, and keep in mind, the Most High is calling back the children of Israel. That's right. We are the children of Israel. And we're back. Shabbat Shalom.
Yep.
Called cattle and are used.
What's this?
So as we can see, as I mentioned earlier, that Holocaust don't mean what they say it means. Holocaust means sacrifice. So if someone come up to you and ask you, are you aware of what happened in the Holocaust? You'll have the knowledge to conversate with them on an intellectual level and say, listen, I know exactly what the Holocaust is. It's a sacrifice. And the people who are sacrificed are called cattle and are used in a proxy elite war to allow them to occupy, colonize, and slaughter people in foreign lands. It's a sacrifice. That's what Holocaust is. Okay? The Holocaust did not lead to the destruction or the demoralization.
You're lagging.
They don't set up. Okay, when the Jewish power of the elite. Preparation for sacrifice. So Christianity is a tool of the elite, not a belief of the elite.
Yep.
Okay, when the Jewish powers that control the earth go into a new land and destroy it through these bankers, they don't set up synagogues to convert people into Judaism. Wake up before you be a part of this Holocaust. Wake up. Habakkuk 2:12. Read it again.
Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity. Behold, it is not of the Lord of hosts.
This is not of the Most High that they are building cities with blood.
Sounds like America to me.
Okay, if someone ran into the Twin Towers, what do that have to do with you beheading people in Libya right now? But the Twin Towers allow you to have occupation and military presence over the Middle East, so that now when you switch the narrative, you'll have boots on the ground to kill other people. Yeah. And see, in these satanic elite who are in charge, they're laughing at you. They look at the memorials on 911 and see the people with their hands on their chest on the red, white, and blue and crying over.
Yep, they do laugh because they kind of did that on purpose. So, yep. Government did do that on purpose. $20 bill had the Twin Towers burning before it even happened. Not coincidence. So,
for the script. They needed the blood. They needed people jumping out of buildings. They had I think it was 6 Jewish people on a roof from Mossad filming it. They had a perfect aim towards the buildings with their cameras so they could film the event beforehand. And they're looking at people sitting there still falling for the same story. Wake up, or you will be a part of a Holocaust. A sacrifice to Lucifer. That's the genocidal plan of the elite. Now, some people like to call them the elite.
Skipping, bro. They're old.
You call them elite. A lot of people don't want to mention that they're Jewish people in fear of being called anti-Semites, and then your finances can be taken away. You don't get the support you need. So what? Tell the truth. They're building Satan's world. Will be going through these things, putting themselves through fire, and operating in total vanity. Some people want to follow the narrative because it allows you to live in your fantasy world. You think that this world is freedom. You think that the way we're living is right, and you don't want this taken away. You are a slave. So some people know that what they're doing is not correct, but they feel that if they stand up, then the little lifestyle they think is actually living will be taken away. Worst case scenario, if we can't get jobs for these people, because no jobs leads to criminal elements. They want the criminal element so that they can give Lucifer more holocausts. They're feeding this. They're the people shipping guns all around the places.
Yep.
They're the people with the drugs. They're doing this.
They do it.
They're feeding the frenzy so that they can give Lucifer more holocausts,
in media too,
which is sacrifice. And then the Jewish people that are following this Holocaust story, you're being played too. A lot of you people are not even Jewish. Okay, you were just used as a proxy so that they can put films on a bunch of Europeans going into Israel fulfilling the prophecies. A lot of these Europeans in Israel don't even believe in the religion Judaism.
Yep.
They just want to live expressing the Europeans over there now that they used to get Jerusalem, because they don't need them either. Yes, go ahead.
As it was mentioned earlier, part of the covenant of the Jewish people with their god Lucifer is sacrificing to their god Lucifer, as it was brought out earlier. When you go to Psalms chapter 50, verse 5, it says, "Gather my saints unto me, those who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice." So the same way the Israelites made a covenant with the Most High by sacrifice, the Jewish people have also made a covenant.
Yep, they made their own sacrifice, blood sacrifice, because fallen angels, demons, Satan, they require a blood sacrifice. So our sacrifice was Christ
8 and 33.
alone.
I'll read it. Judges 8 and 33. And it came to pass, as soon as Gideon was dead, that the children of Israel turned again and went a-whoring after Baalim, and made Baal-berith their god.
Read that again.
Yep, the same.
And it came to pass.
The same Baal golden calf that when they came out of Egypt, Moses went to get the commandments for 40 days, 40 nights, and they built that. Most High was mad. Same golden calf in Israel today. Same golden calf that the Most High got super mad at and killed off a bunch of Israelites with the whole line, drawing a line with a stick thing. So, same idol. Same idol. That was the same God he destroyed the Israel.
As soon as Gideon was dead, that the children of Israel turned again and went a whoring after Baalim and made Baal Berith their god.
Now remember, the name of the organization is B'nai Berith, which means sons of the covenant. When you go to Judges chapter 8, verse 33, it shows you who's the God over this particular covenant. His name is Baal Berith. You know that Baal is Satan himself. So this is the Lord or the God that's over their particular covenant, who they sacrifice people through the Holocaust, so on and so forth. So I want to bring up
The water, brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's a belief. Okay? To believe that the Most High don't exist is a belief in itself. The water, brother, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I noticed. That's a belief in itself. And be on their side against the elect by default. And if you believe you are an atheist, that's a belief in itself. That's a belief. Okay? To believe that the Most High don't exist is a belief in itself. The water, brother, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I noticed. Understand their program, their Kabbalah program, and their systematic. See, they have a belief and a structure, but here's the deep part about this. They can only do what we allow them to do. They really don't have any power. They're no one to fear. They can only do this if we yield ourselves and operate as cattle. We must buy into their system in order to be used by their system.
That's funny. Videos are way too old, bro. This is older than 11 years. This is probably like 20 to 15, really. Just re-upload to YouTube at a later date. I picked a random video that was around 10 minutes. I'm about to get off. This shit is just corrupted. It's too old. I don't know if I'm even gonna download it. Probably won't.
To some Jewish people. No one is even thinking about you. But they have to keep this fear in the children that one day someone is going to come up to kill them so that they can join the conspiracy. So they can actually fight for their right in their Jewish national patriotism. we don't blame the Jewish people who don't know any better.
Yep, it's top 1%, obviously, right? Not fucking everybody. Not everybody.
When you listen to it through the video. Huh? Okay. So if something happens where it was choppy or broken up, you can always go back and review the video. And in the video,
That's funny.
someone says they didn't hear when we were talking about Judges 8 and 33. Can you repeat that back for him, lawyer, about the faction of the powers?
Right. There's a Jewish organization that you can look up called B'nai B'rith.
B'nai B'rith.
Right. If you want to look it up, the actual spelling is B. They'll have like a apostrophe at the top. N-A-I.
So it actually was cutting out.
When you go to 8 and 33, you will see B'nai B'rith, which is the God the
Satan
Jewish
has
powers or
many
the
names.
elite worship.
Satan has many names.
It's Satan himself.
Yep. Just like Yah, just like Jehovah, just like Baal, Pan, Metatron, what? Like Saturn, Javelin and shit, Pan and shit like that. Lucifer, Angel of Death, Samuel and all that crap. So many names.
It's
bro.
Satan.
And there's more too. Way more.
Himself that they worship and they sacrifice to.
Yep.
Okay?
Child human sacrifices too.
Last
When
piece.
you're celebrating these pagan holidays and celebrations, religions, Satan's holy days. I is synonymous for Y, so it's really a holy day. And if it's not a holy day in the Bible, for the Most High in Christ, it's Satan's holy day. So, yep.
Last piece that we want to do here. Do me a favor.
I'm about to get off. Getting off. Do your research.